So you clicked round 1, part 2. Welcome back. Fairway Media's coverage. SeaTac Takeoff. I'm Justin Banks here with Cory Jones. How are you doing, bud?
Doing great, man. Happy to be here.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so we got some things moving around and thanking the sponsor of this event. We really appreciate your guys' business. That's fantastic for your support. Here we go. So we got Joel, Carter, Chandler, and Justin. You know that already because you've already watched 30 minutes of round 1. We have 18 more holes to go, 27 holes on this course, and here comes hole 10. It's 282 feet.
Yeah, it's, as you said, it's 282 feet, pretty straightforward. Essentially, the fairway makes a teardrop. The basket's right behind the tree cluster you can see that kind of squares up the center of the fairway. So players have an option to take either the forehand around the left or the backhand around the right. You can see Joel opting for that around the left side of fairway. He didn't like the height of it. We couldn't quite see where that finished out, but again, the distance is not really the challenge here. It's just shaping your shot around that tree. The tree line you see there. Chandler seemingly did pretty well on that. It was hard to tell. We'll see what happened there at the end of the flight, but he was approaching that tree line from the right angle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like we're all kind of getting so far a putt. These guys are doing well.
Yeah, and it's nice you can see, we had a couple of forehands and looks like Carter's lining up for a backhand. And again, that, you really do have the option. It's a pretty tight tunnel, but as long as you can make it to either the left or right side of that main gap, you're going to be okay. Carter pushes it to the extreme edge there, but makes it all the way through the front. He's going to have a putt back, unobstructed. Good to go for Carter. Justin with a nice little frame through the trees.
Ooh.
Good line, just a little short, I can feel it. He's going to connect. He's going to get there. He's going to get it. Carter got it, that's for sure. Now he's feeling the vibes. Couple under par. Love to see it. Good work, bud.
Good replay there.
Anytime you see the mullet, it's a good replay. Joel lining up. Going through the routine, ready to fire one in. Dead center. Picking back up on that momentum, staying on the top of the feature card. This hole here, hole 10, did average a bit under par. It averaged a 2.75, so this is going to be one of the holes you are definitely looking to birdie. There are quite a few at SeaTac that are far from a give-me, so anyone that you can attack like that is going to be important to do so. All right, hole 11, the hole preview again from Jello Penguin. Thank you so much for the footage. Looks fantastic. This is a pretty straightforward shot. It's just a straight tunnel, a little over 400 feet, clocks in at 401 feet. You do have a bit of a low ceiling again once you make it down to the green. As you can see, the basket is just nestled under the trees at the very end of the fairway. But it's just a straightforward, get it down the center any way you see fit. And you see Joel ripping a nice backhand, holding that right side, looking to just hit the ground play, and that is a beautiful drive. And beautiful is an understatement. If you've ever played the course, that's I feel that it plays a little over 400 personally, not by much, but you do kind of have to flex. So
it's such a
either way though, that's
ceiling. It's
exactly, and that's the thing is it's even if you flip it straight up. If you could just straight line it at the pin, it's about 400. But most players are going to have to go from left to right or right to left to really finish their flight. So probably plays around 410, 420 depending. But Joel played it smooth as can be. Carter looking to follow up on that. Gets a little bit of a late flip, but gets through almost everything. He might be under that ceiling to the side, but he has the power, and he showed it there. Got it all the way down the fairway.
Justin's also doing a similar play. Wow,
what a flip up. That was a great shot and hit the same tree. A little bit more roll action than Joel got, but anything that gets to the barren dirt you see there, that is a phenomenal shot.
Looks like the furthest out is Chandler here.
His
And
touch
he knows what
forehand
to
should give
do.
him, yeah, it should give him no problems. He just scoots it right up there.
So there's a perfect window for him. Let's see what he can do.
Locking it in.
Ooh,
Great
almost
bid.
dialed
Great
in.
bid.
What a cool birdie spot. Obviously, yeah, he makes that. I mean, when you make it that far in the drive, you're like, oh, I gotta make this. That was such a good shot.
And you know, with the little bit of struggles that Justin's had this round, to be able to capitalize on that hole, that should really turn his mental game around, because it is, although it did slightly play under par at a 2.99, it is,
Yeah.
you know, again, one of the more straightforward holes, but it is not the easiest birdie out there. So
Yeah, this round
kudos to Justin.
showed about 10 people able to convert the birdie, so they had a good morning.
Yeah, anytime you can get a birdie on that, you are smiling. That is a good time.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Hole 12. Shout out to Peterland for the peoples. 367 feet. There's a few different options. Personally, when I play, I try for the backhand roller. There is a nice forehand route, especially if you can get up and over. Looks like Joel's going to probably play to the left of that tree you see in the fair. Oh, he's going for the flex route, surprisingly. There is that route. If he hits that, that is the shortest route to the pin. I would argue it is the hardest route to the pin, especially to throw an air shot. It is such a low ceiling the whole way. You can see how low the ceiling is created by that tree in the center. It pretty much mirrors that all the way down to the green. So Chandler getting up a little bit, and he's going to be to the right.
Justin,
but if he
actually.
excuse me, Justin. And if he punches out to the right, he'll have a chance at a putt.
Yep. So the right side of that gap has a tree down that's, I don't know, that's one of my favorite parts of the park. I think it just looks cool. Just
This is a very beautiful hole.
Pro tip, it's a cool spot.
Check it out. And there the line drive, the power that man has with his forehand is impressive. Carter's looking skyward. Let's see what he plans to do here.
I think he can actually see the wind. He's got that young vision.
His eyes still work. This is true. So he went what I would consider the more traditional route, but it seemingly, you know, turned over a bit on him.
Left, yeah.
Here we have Joel looking to get it up in there. A couple of trees to contest, but not too much. And once he's past that, he should just be working on some ground play to the green there.
Ooh, hits a root.
Interesting little skip. Interesting skip, but puts him
It's a root, yeah.
puts him well within range to go ahead and convert that. And you can see Carter getting to check out some of SeaTac's teeth. As I said previous in part one, if you find yourself off the fairway, left or right, you will deal with a lot of that. But that did not phase Carter. That was an amazing shot out. Really gives him a chance to convert and walk to the next hole with no damage.
I think there's a lot of try to get out of jail shots in the Pacific Northwest. He's got a lot of experience out here, so it really pays to start out here. I think it's it doesn't do you, or it does you some favors to have a challenge everywhere.
Absolutely, and I've talked to many players about that before. If you, what a bid that was seemingly in, but yeah, if you start your disc golf career in the woods, it is really easy to find your way out on a golf course. But if you start your career on a golf course, it's not so easy to find your way through the woods. So if you have a wooded course near you, go out there, play it, practice it, master it. You'll be a better golfer. You can see a little Pete there on the placard.
Yep.
Another cool design feature of the course is there are baskets dedicated to people that helped donate, or in this case, Peter, who passed away a handful of years ago and was a huge part of our local community there. So it's really nice to see, get to see that every time you go out.
So here we come to hole 13, about 425 feet. It's a challenging hole, that's for sure.
one of the more challenging holes by far. Not only do you have a pretty tight gap off the fairway, it is a low ceiling the entire way. Seemingly, Joel is lining up a roller, which if you have played the course or seen some of the local pros and local talent attack it, it's one of the more used shots.
Absolutely.
I'd say it's almost preferred if you can get it down. Unfortunately, he hops it into that V, and that's gonna not even make it maybe about halfway down the fairway. He should be pretty unobstructed from there, but this is a hole that if you do not park it, you likely do not birdie it.
Yeah, when I play this, it's a minimize the damages, make the gaps, get your up shot, all the simple stuff that everybody knows. But yeah, let's see what Chandler can do here. He's got something.
I think
flippy.
it's going to play into his if he, you know, that stayed a little low, but the way he has control of that flip up forehand, I think that's a big advantage for this hole.
That's a narrow miss. Yeah, he's right in the middle though.
From that angle, I would guess roller.
Let's see.
He's just ripping it up the gut. That is a great play though. If that doesn't get too obstructed by a little bit of ground play,
he penetrated,
he's gonna have a pretty good pitch out from there. Again, you're not really going for birdie on that attack, in my opinion. But as you said, this is one of those holes that it's kind of, just minimize the damage. And with it averaging 0.35 above par, par is going to be a score that moves you up the leaderboard a little bit. This is cooking.
Get a throw in? No, unfortunate. Close though. Good shot.
Yeah, great play. I mean, he gave it a nice bid, and it didn't go rocketing past. And he's in a territory that he should be able to convert. This could be a big one. Just leaks out a little right, but pin high. We see Carter here lining up a forehand approach. Maybe changing his mind. Goes with the big jump putt. Ring it up.
Oh my goodness. Almost had the bird, dude. Wow. Since somebody's in birdie contention, we had 3 birds still in this hole. Cameron Messerschmidt, Clay Edwards, and Kyle Crabtree. Congrats to those few.
Absolutely. This is one of the more coveted birdies on the course. It's definitely not one that you can expect many people to get. As you said, only 3 did, so kudos to them.
Well, in the MPO field, of course.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we are, hole 14, par 3, 335 feet. Once again, you have kind of a low ceiling to get through once you make it down the fairway, and it's a pretty tight tunnel. It's you can hit it, but there's definitely some challenge right and left, and I think the biggest challenge is just keeping the height where it needs to be, and you can see Joel did that really well. Almost leaked over into the other fairway. They're kind of parallel. These 2 pins see each other. You can see the other basket when you're down there on the green.
It was pretty.
But yeah, this is just a nice, straightforward tunnel shot. Really kind of epitomizes the woods golf here in the Northwest. It's, pick a tunnel, hit a tunnel, make a putt. Just gonna need that to keep drifting, and it's looking great.
With this little hand mojo, it went right through all the trees. Good shot.
Whatever you got to do to make your disc do that, I'll sing to it. I'll dance. I'll put mashed potatoes in my pocket. Whatever he's doing, it worked.
As long as they're garlic, we're good. All right.
I mean, if you're mashed potatoes, okay, that's another story. But anyway, Carter getting it up there. He's going to have a chance. Didn't quite make it pin high, but once you're past the tree line, it's pretty open, fair game there. Just a little timid again, but every one of those has landed in range for him to go ahead and clean it up. So no harm, no foul.
Ooh,
off the placard. He really has been all over those today.
Dang.
Unfortunate miss. He even got a little further off his drive than I thought. It looked like he was kind of shy of pin high, but he actually went a little long, which isn't really all that surprising. He's got enough power for sure. Joel just...
That smooth bird.
Just painting the stroke, man.
Boom.
That man is an artiste with the putter. Carter to shake this one off and keep moving.
So yeah, this is a scoreable part of the course. These guys need to capitalize.
Absolutely. And as you said, you know, we're kind of running out of the scoreable portion of the course from here on. After it starts to really show you what the course has to offer. But here, hole 15, par 3, 250 feet, one of the shorter holes, one of the more straight holes. You do see a couple of trees to finish there at the green, but this is by far one of the holes that the field needs to attack, needs to birdie. If there was a must get on SeaTac, this is on the list.
I like this slight uphill shot. It shows you that you need to finesse this.
Absolutely, and it may be kind of hard to see for the viewers if you've never played it before. Joel absolutely just ripped it up there. You can see it better from this perspective that there is a step up from the tee pad.
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably like 3 feet below the ground level that the pin is in when you're throwing at the tee pad. So you do kind of have this little hump, and you know, you see that little bush gap. If you're trying to keep it low, that can maybe get in your head, but Joel did it perfectly. This is tracking nicely, just catches a late tree there, but should give him a putt that he can try to convert. Once again, the forehand wizard coming out, not the disc, just the fact that he is a wizard with a forehand. Maybe it's a wizard, I don't know.
He's throwing a lot of Lone Star, I think. I'm pretty sure he's sponsored.
Yeah. The hand flare does it again.
Oh, he hops over.
Just
Something
twinkle
on
the
the fairway
fingers
there.
and get it to the basket.
He might have hopped over Joel's disc.
It looked like, yeah, there was a little hop skip there. Carter's leaks a bit left, but if it keeps going, there's going to be a chance. He actually kind of bounced back to a good angle. If he passed that, he would have been about pin high, but this is still an attackable putt. He's got more than enough distance on his putt. Hopefully he can turn some momentum around off that last one. Jams it in.
Bang, bang.
Great putt from young Carter.
Capitalizing on hole 15. Good job. All right, Justin's turn. Just has distance here. Nothing in the way. Oh, unfortunate misread right.
It seemed like that may have been a slight overcompensation from the fact that most of his putts have missed just a little shy. So it is good to see that he's changing that. He's giving it that little extra effort, giving it that chance. And, you know, even through 15 holes is nothing to hang your head about at SeaTac. That is still a great score to have. So look forward to him hopefully capitalizing on a few of these.
Yep, and then, of course, good birds for Joel and Chandler.
Absolutely. Moving on to one of the more treacherous fairways, and you're going to see the drone have to take a couple of 90-degree turns here on hole 16, 321 feet. I don't know how you measure that 321 feet, because this...
Yeah, it's weird. Disregard that. Please don't comment. If you want to, it's okay for the algorithm. It's all right.
Comment below how you think this is 320 feet. So you see Joel going for the over-the-top shot and gets a good drive out of that. It's hard to make it up to the flat where you can see the basket. As what you're aiming at from the tee pad, you have to take a near 90-degree turn followed by another 90-degree turn. So there's a few options. This forehand play is something you'll see a lot of locals do, and if he can pull that off, it's going to do well. I had an unfortunate kick,
right?
It looks like.
Yeah. Super incredibly hard to film.
Yeah, I mean, hard to film, harder to play, you know? Like, this is... If I had to pick one hole on SeaTac that really... You know, this has got to be the hardest hole.
I think if that played right to the middle, you might have a view.
Let's see. On this round, it actually... Yeah, I played 0.47 over.
Yes.
So... close to the hardest hole as far as scoring.
Wow.
Yeah, there's just so much to deal with on this hole. If you're able to see the basket for your second shot, you did something right. Ooh.
Oh, he zooms right into that tree. He's right at the base of it. So he'll have a clean 3. Look.
Yeah, and at the basket, there's quite a bit of downhill slope. You can kind of see it here, but
Yes.
from the angle that it's being filmed, it really falls off and goes down into like a little ditch kind of area. So running the putt can leave you some troubles. That's going to get out, give Justin a chance to convert there. Joel looking to make some magic happen.
Oh.
What a great bid.
Just barely short. So shout out to local legend Kenny Clark. He got a birdie round 1.
I wasn't even going to look it up, but that's who I was going to bring up. Yeah, what a great putt. That's the putt Justin needed right there. Love to see it.
Great 3. Absolutely clean. Good shot.
Yeah, getting a birdie on this hole, I mean, for Kenny, whatever, it's just another day of the week. But for any normal human, that's quite the feat.
I think he's only done it a few times. He'll be honest about that.
I believe I've seen film of him and John Albert, you know, when they were doing their battles. I think they both got it once.
You're right. It might be on YouTube. So go check out Kenny Clark's YouTube.
But yeah, Kenny is known in the Northwest area as, for sure, one of the bigger competitors from our region, and he is the SeaTac GOAT. He knows the course better than you, I promise. Hole 17, stepping into the par 4 territory. This one clocks in at 535 feet. Thank you again, Jello Penguin, for the whole preview. It's pretty straightforward. You really just gotta rip it. Gotta rip it. There's a few tree lines that you have to deal with. About halfway up the fairway, you're gonna want to slight drift left. You can see there's a walking path. You pretty much want to follow the walking path, although there is more room to work on the left-hand side about halfway up the fairway. So that's looking a little tight, but it actually kicks right back into the center. He's not going to get the distance he wanted, but on a par 4, that's going to make it, you know, easy to par and still give him a chance to convert for a birdie if he can have a good second shot. So the forehand line is going to be interesting, but he has such good control over that flip up.
I think he can get some late turn, yeah.
That is
right to the tree base, honestly, which might be a little punishing, but we'll see what happens.
The footing is could be a bit of an issue. With his forehand, he might be able to step out around it, but as far as being able to get a forehand up and out there like that, kudos to him. Very few could do something like that. Carter putting a good move on this one. Gets to the left over there. And there's a bit of room to work, like I said, from that left side towards the basket. Personally, I prefer to finish a little bit left on the fairway here off the tee.
Well, looks like Justin's going to get caught up right.
Almost punched through, but yeah, he just swung it out a bit wide, and I'd say that's probably the most common mistake from a right-hand backhand player. Just really trying to maximize your chance to get as far straight as possible and then finish to that left side of the fairway. Joel getting it up there. He's going to have a chance. Little skip shot here. So you were right. Looks like Chandler has to take a knee and get a little tricky with it, but he had such good distance off that he really has a chance here.
Well, it looks like he kicked on a log.
But a chance for 3 nonetheless.
Right.
Carter lining up here. Looking for a nice little finesse touch shot. Just let that just skittle up there. Ooh. Oh, no.
If it
Thankfully, that didn't
hit
get
that
too
log,
far.
it would have went, yeah, very long.
Yeah, that, although it was kind of a weird skip, like, as you said, I think that saved him 20 feet on his putt, so. Beautiful work there.
So yeah, this is a new-ish placement for the basket. It used to be a little bit left over that green that you can see on the screen. So yeah, this is an extra little step of challenge.
Yeah, the area that the basket's in now and where Joel is at was just heavily overgrown. So there's been a lot of clearing out of that area. So that opened up the opportunity for this new pin location, which I think is cool. I think it's a nice addition. Great birdie from Chandler. He's really starting to pick up some steam now. 5 under is a very respectable score. And on this particular hole, it played basically at par. It's slightly over par at 4.01. Great birdie for Carter also.
Yeah,
keeping in there.
He's checking out the damage off the rock. Ooh, I like that one.
Call up dynamic. Get a couple new ones. Good to go.
Probably already has a bunch.
I would imagine he does. Joel with the unfortunate par, but, you know,
yeah,
currently on this card leading by at least 4 strokes, so there's a little wiggle room, but, you know, a player of his caliber is definitely not happy with that result. It's an attackable par 4 for sure.
So hole 18.
On to the next.
Yeah, this is another new position. It is very long. Straight down the gap in the middle there. It's hard to get, to say the least. So lots of natural, woods. So be clean. That's the tip of the day. Be clean.
Yeah, this is a course, as we've said a few different times, that you do not want to find yourself left or right, and that took a pretty aggressive kick to the left. Hopefully Chandler's not incredibly jailed off back there, but there is just so much to deal with if you're not just centered up.
Center fairway, but he hit a tree. They're right there. Here comes Joel, doing something with a ring of halos.
Oh boy. Looked like he was really trying to cut that really tight right gap with something probably overstable enough to withstand it, but he definitely just misangled it a bit and racked that tree. He's going to have quite a bit to deal with depending on how far that kicked off. This is looking fantastic.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He parked the previous position, but he's in a small thicket, if you will.
Yeah, the previous position was quite a bit shorter.
Whoa. Dang.
What a shot, though. What a shot.
I think we got a replay here. Yeah, this is phenomenal. It's like it's a Firebird or something. Looks pretty fantastically punctured through the hole. Good shot.
you could not write that up any better. To be able to late flex that gap. Goodness.
Yeah.
What a shot.
He definitely capitalized off of a crappy drive. You know, he's like, I got a birdie look. This is good.
And that's not something most players are going to have from where he landed for sure. So
yeah,
great shot from Joel.
Ooh, that was smooth too.
Wiggle the fingers. Ooh,
nice work.
Yeah,
Chandler.
I am thoroughly impressed by Chandler's forehand game. Not only does he have great control at distance, he has incredible touch. It's really nice to see. Carter with another patent pending. Lasers it. Great shot. This looks less than ideal. Hopefully he can get something through these little guys here. Ooh, I can hear a couple of rolls off the fairway there. He's going to need this. Hopefully that tree's not too much in his way. It looks like he has a window behind it, or perhaps in front of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes these angles can be a little deceiving, but he gets it in there.
Great shot.
His putt is connecting. Took a little bit, but he's getting it there, and Justin finds himself under par finally for the round. Love to see it. Joel with another clean stroke, getting to the double-digit mark on hole 18 here, currently 10 under. check out some highlights from part 2 of round 1. Thank you again to all the sponsors you see on the screen there. Puppies make the day better. Hopefully we see you for part 3 of round 1. Justin, thank you so much for having me here.
Yep. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks again, Chuck Mintz, and thanks to our sponsors of the event. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in a few minutes.
See ya.